Hey, this is the last objective 13 for the 2021 SANS Holiday Hack Challenge. And this will involve a terminal type of challenge with some logic gates. We're going to fix the elevator, and then we are going to dive into Verilog design, programming up an FPGA, and we also get to see the end of the story. So let's get right into it. And we have only the FPGA programming one in the list that we haven't solved yet. This is marked as a 4 Christmas tree difficulty level objective. I think depending on your background, this might be a bit harder, this might be easier for you. So, the terminal challenge is definitely something that you should be able to solve with the logic gates one. And the task is to write your first FPGA program to make a doll sing. You might get some suggestions from Brody Goiterson near Jack's elevator. That's the troll standing next to the elevator. So let's jump right there to the Frost Tower lobby. And I believe it's this little troll over here. Just clicked on Jack. So let's talk to the troll. Mark. Okay, usual troll speak. Well, to business. I'm Brody Goiterson. It's a family name. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful name for sure. So hey, this is the Frostovator. It runs some logic chips that fell out. I put them back in, but must have mixed them up because it isn't working now. You don't know how much about logic gates, something you should look up. If you help me run the elevator, maybe I can help you with something else. I'm pretty good with FPGAs. That's worth something to you. Doesn't know logic gates, expert in FPGA design, okay, and programming it. Anyways, it's a little bit contradicting, but nonetheless, we have, I think this was the logic gate, yeah, logic gate iconography. So this is just a site telling you about logic gates and how they look like. And we need to click on the elevator to get to the challenge. So you will see the panel here, and you're not able to use this to travel around because it's it doesn't have any power. And I just surprised. I was surprised about the buzzer sound. I think I always play this mute and never realized that if you try to push any of the button, it does a buzzing sound. So we can open up the panel with this other button here. And we have here a set of logic gates. There are various combinations that will work. The goal really here is to have all 3 outputs illuminated. And once you have that one, the elevator will be operational again, and you will get the hint. So let's get into it. I will show you a couple combinations, but I will cheat a little bit, and I'm going to look at some of the solutions that I came up with. So for example, this one is going to, I need to do a swap here, I think, for these two. So this is one working solution to unlock the achievement. I'll just show maybe one more here. Just zoom in to see it. So you need to take into account which one has a negated output, which one is an N type of gate, which one is an OR type or an XOR type of gate. So these are the 3 blocks that we have here pretty much. And then they have the negated version of it, so NOR gates and NAND gates as well. And meantime, the actual game decided to quit on me. So let me just open back the panel. So this was one possible solution here. We can also do something like this. And with this simple swap, this still works. So really, there are various ways to do this. I'm pretty sure that there's at least half a dozen combinations that will work. So let's be done with this task for now. We have the achievement here, normally, or should have. We'll see. Oh, that's it. Here's the deal. Let's talk FPGA. First, did you know there are people who do this stuff for fun? I mean, I'm going to picking another trolls for fun, but whatever. Also, that Professor Peterberg guy is giving a talk about FPGA is weird. So hey, good luck or whatever. Well, he's a troll, but the hints that we're getting, and wondering where do I think this is not an actual, no, but this was an achievement. Okay, strange, I'm not sure why this is not showing up here, or maybe I'm just not able to see it, but I did see the achievement notification showing up here, so must be okay. And the two hints that we're getting for this challenge, let's try to find FPGA talk, is probably the most important one. In this talk, Professor Cruddy Petabyte is going to show us how to make an LED blink. And you can use almost the same exact code. I think it's for a different FPGA. The simulated one that we're going to see has a different clock frequency, so you need to make a proper division of the clock frequency to generate a signal. I think in the talk, maybe it is mentioned that the code that was demonstrated during the talk is essentially going to give you a square wave signal. You also need to take into account that it has to be a proper square wave with 50% duty cycle. And I think that's pretty much it. So if you take that code and type it in, very raw code, you should be able to get started with the FPGA programming part. And there's also this reference here to a site which will give you an idea on how to make a beep sound and generate various signals. And the FPGA programming part it's not mentioned here, but it's on the rooftop of Frost Tower. Let's try to find the rooftop here. Yeah, so let's travel there. I could have taken the elevator now that I fixed it, but old habits. So we have here two things. There is a terminal for FPGA programming. That's the challenge for the objective. And there's also this strange device here. I can talk to the troll here, and the troll will tell you also that you need an FPGA chip for this one. So it's asking for your help to fix this and get back to their home planet, or talk back to their home planet, contacting them with this that seems like an antenna of some sort. So you need to program an FPGA to operate this strange device here. So we're going to talk to this troll here just to see, but this is just gibberish here. So what we need to do really is to get to the FPGA programming part here. And oh, interesting, there's a new narrative unknown. Now, this also gives you a hint on how to deal with certain edge cases. And spoiler alert, I didn't fix the code entirely to be able to handle arbitrary signals. It works good enough, as you will see. For most of the time, about like 50%-ish of the time, it will get it right. It's precise enough, and I decided not to deal with too much on the rounding problem that is mentioned here. So you will see that when you need to generate a specific frequency, you will have to deal with the rounding issue. Excuse me, just take out this water quickly. And this is explained over here. And you get this interface where you can enter your FPGA code. I'm going to just get to my solution right away. This is really just a boilerplate code, and you need to leave these variable names as they are for input and output, because the simulator is going to evaluate your output. So you need to connect a wire or register to generate an output for this one. If you're a bit familiar with Verilog programming, this shouldn't be a hard task for you. Now, when I saw this one, as I was jumping around and looking at the various challenges, I got really freaked out. First, I was very happy, and then I was kind of frightened, because I'm just trying to relearn Verilog and programming FPGAs. I have a couple boards sitting next to me, so I'm practicing on this device here, which is a Xilinx one, an RD-A7. I have a Z7 in a box. This just came with the mail today. So I am at a beginning of a long journey, and I wasn't sure that I will be able to finish up this task. I got a little help after creating a code that was working kind of okay-ish for the first 3 frequencies that we have to simulate. It was working perfectly fine. And for random one, it was missing a lot. Like it was working every like 1 out of 10 tries, 1 out of 20-ish tries. And I had someone, user named with the nickname DP on the Discord channel, look at my code and point out the 2 mistakes that I made in my Verilog design. So shout out to that person. Thank you very much for pointing out the mistakes that I made. And let me just show you how the code looks like, and mention a few things with the nuances that you need to pay attention to. I do have the code trying to adjust the rounding problem. It doesn't really work well, so you see here some commented sections in the code. Please disregard this part. The one that we really need is the skeleton code that is provided in the talk itself from Professor Petabyte. And then we just need to make some adjustments. So we're going to use the registers here, which are state-dependent type of variables in Verilog. I'm not going to go into too much details on Verilog programming. Or Verilog design rather. It's not really programming. We're designing a circuit here, essentially just using a hardware description language. And I have a counter, and I also have a signal that will divide the frequency that we're given as an input, and make sure that we're going to count all the cycles accordingly, and going to produce an output whenever we need to have a logical 1 on the output to essentially create a square wave signal there with 50% duty cycle. And if you look at the talk, you will see the same exact code here. The only thing that I sort of modified from that code is this one counts backwards. It's a bit easier to get it working than counting from 0 to the number of cycles that you need to count in order to get the appropriate frequency. But it's not infeasible to get the design working when you're counting from 0. Counting backwards is just an easier approach here. So that's what the code does. I'm also handling here the reset signal part. And whenever we get a reset, this is important for the simulation part. You need to have this block, I believe, at least I included in there, because there is an input for reset. And then the code block here that handles the output is this one over here. Now there are probably a couple of things missing. I mean, this one probably could be converted to integer instead of real, but it doesn't really matter. So we're just counting backwards normally, and when the counter hits 0, we're going to reset it. according to our math for the frequency value. That's pretty much it. And like I said, this part here, it won't even matter. I might as well just delete it or comment it out. But you will see that it doesn't going to affect our simulation results. And this code, this Verilog code works well on these lower frequencies. Whenever the frequency gets higher, we're going to have this rounding problem. And I'm going to just start simulating the signals. Once you get all 4 signals properly simulated, nice square wave there, then you will be able to program the FPGA, and you can take that FPGA then and put it in that weird device with the antenna. As you can see, this Verilog code has no problem dealing with these lower frequencies, these nice frequencies, with 100% precision all the time. This will get these ones right. And for the random one, I might need to try like 2-3 times until I get it right. Maybe, yeah. So here I got lucky, and this is within the error margin that the simulator will accept. So I'm not going to now push it again, because then I might have to do multiple tries until I get it right correctly. But just believe me, if I'm unlucky, then I might get a frequency. What was the frequency here? So that this was fairly low. For higher frequencies, I might have a problem, or some odd frequencies, but we're going to go with this one, and I'm going to program the device here. And I wonder what's going on. Okay, there was just some delay. So there's the achievement unlocked, and I also have a new item, an FPGA. So I can close this one. And let me just take care of the music a little bit. Something more Christmassy maybe, instead of this one. So when it hits the end. So now we have the narrative unlocked. We just need 2 more lines here. So I think we left off here. And I just want to nicely get this one done for the music. So is our jack just lost and running? One more outlaw stomping toes. Why then must we piece together bludgy, wacky radios? Why this object from the heavens? Frost must know his cover's blown. Hearkening from distant planet. We, the heroes, should have known. So these are kind of weird things here that we see in the narrative, referring to alien planet and covers being blown. We also have here the FPGA programming achievement with all the objectives unlocked successfully. Well, kind of. If you watched the previous video, then you know that I took a shortcut for this one, but as I promised, I will have a video explaining how to do properly the challenge. And we have this item here, an FPGA, which we can use now to go and program this. Just want to make sure that we will be able to hear the sound when I program the FPGA. So I can click on the device. And once I put the chip here, you will see and hear interesting things. A spaceship. And first I was so surprised for this plot twist that I didn't even realize what we're listening to. I only thought that like aliens, okay? But let me just do this one more time because it's a really nice Easter egg. That tone sounded really familiar, and I had to think for a second when it did this one more time. it clicked. It's from a movie. I give you a hint. It's I believe it's a Spielberg movie. Hopefully I'm not saying anything stupid. And I'm going to get a reference for this tone. I was laughing really hard when I realized where the tone is coming from. So let's enter to this spaceship to finish up the game. I think we deserve it, especially if you watch the whole thing. Get the last piece of the narrative, so or almost last one. Go ahead and hack your neighbor. Go ahead and fish a fan. Do it in the name of holidays. You can justify it at year's end. And I'm not sure what is the correct order here, but if you just click on these trolls or aliens, then this one is going to start talking, and they explain that they come from planet Frost. Many centuries ago, Frostian trolls sent an expedition to study planet and people. Jack Frost, section of planet Frost is ruling family. These are very, very fast for me. So let me just get back to this. Captain that long ago mission, which carried many hundreds of our people to a planet conducting our research. I think the next troll that I can interrogate is this one here. I'm air infection, pilot of this interstellar spaceship. Our first expedition established base in land of Oz, where your researchers became known as Munchkins. We received a message from them long ago, great season, where Frostian expedition. This is just way too fast for me. Let me just get this one again. Split into two, warring factions, Munchkins and Elves. Thankfully, they managed to establish an easy peace in relocating Elves to the North Pole. Alright, since then we have heard nothing from the expedition. They went interstellar radio silent until now. So what a plot twist. Then let's see what Buttercup can tell us. And Buttercup, Princess of the Ice Planet Frost. Thanks for your help. We received the message from the by summoning back of Earth. Address recent problems. We have no idea what Jack's Frost would cause trouble. Sincerely apologize. We'll take Jack back from home planet Frost, along with all the other trolls. Elves and Munchkins, of course, can remain if they opt to do so. So you can stay here. Fear not, we will bring Jack and kill the trolls. Justice to their fractions. Wow, this is too fast. Again, we apologize for the troubles they've caused, and we sincerely thank you for your help. We can get some swag for your victories, and that's it. And then let's see what Jack has to say, and we also have the last piece of the narrative, I think. No, still not interesting. So let's see. Jack is being stubborn. I was just having a little fun. Come on, man. I was just getting started. I had such big plans. I don't want to go home. That's it. Just being stubborn. And then there's Santa on a video call. Very 2020 or 21-ish. Let's try to click on this. Frostians have reached out to me via video link. They have explained me all that has happened. I'd like to thank you for your truly excellent work in following Jack's plans and ensuring that he is finally something. On behalf of all of us at North Pole, wish you and yours happy and healthy holiday season. Your happy holidays from me and all the elves. Ho ho ho. And then rolling the credits. So holiday exchange, Jack's back from the counter-hack challenges, folks. You can see here the narrative, the story is from Ed and Chris. See, programming, this must have been such a big challenge. And a couple of things that I heard from the counter-hack challenge folks there is that they, once they finish one holiday hack challenge, they immediately start working on the next one. And this was the first time I was able to play this, and I do see now why they have to spend so much time on this, because it's amazing what they put together this year as well. Check out some of the previous years. I'm definitely going to play those ones as well and make some videos out of them. but this was the first year when I just sat down, had some time to go through the challenges, and I learned a ton, which might or might not be surprising to some of you, but I really felt that some of the challenges taught me so much, and I do want to explore certain topics in more depth. So absolutely amazing. You see here some sponsors, and I think this is going to be the end of the credits, so I'm going to hide them. Let's finish up the narrative as well. Check out the last piece of the story. There won't be any retreats praising you come disclosure day, but on the snowy evening after, still Kris Kringle rides the sleigh, and let's check if we have the last two challenges. So open the space door, and then you won. There's still the bonus challenges left, and at this point in time, when I finished recording this video, I still need to finish up properly the previous challenge, so I'll get to those tasks, but I'm also going to roll the end credits for this video. So this is almost the end. I'm going to now go and record the Log4j challenges as well to preserve it for future generations. And I really enjoyed this, so this is also a place to thanks for the Counter Challenge folks and everyone who participated and helped them build the challenges. I think it wasn't only just Counter Hack, but folks from various places designing challenges, designing terminals, and I really do think that adding the Log4j ones was also an amazing add-on and twist to the whole game. So I'm eager to show you those challenges as well, but this is the end for this video, and officially this is going to be the video submission that I'm going to just send to CounterHack for consideration, really, for, I don't know, maybe for a mention if it's good enough, but I'm going to really compete for any of the prizes, and I'm going to add the bonus challenge videos whenever I will have time. I do plan to do today still the Log4j ones. So if you watched this video or any of the other videos, huge thanks to you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know they're quite long. There's no editing, so these are more like recordings of a very long stream. But I wanted to try out this style, see if anyone likes it. I also will try to make it better for future years, and probably do some bit more editing. But I have a lot to learn about creating videos and that kind of stuff, also video editing. So it will not be something that will come naturally and fast, but we'll see. And hope to see you in the upcoming videos for the bonus channel. Bye for now.